Okay, you're ready. We will begin course 11, class 4, part 2 of A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life by Master Shantideva, put together by the incomparable Geshe Michael Roach. Reviewed with me, Wordsmith. Hi, question 1. Who wants to go first? Um, Tui down?
Yes.
Please read.
Explain the rule of the fourth of the six perfections in attaining the result of the first three and the last two, then name the two results.
Yeah, I love this one. Geshe just talked about it in Mixed Nuts Monday. How does the fourth, if you don't know, the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, this book, uh, um, part of part of the chapters, which we went over in last course, goes through the six perfections. So when we're on the perfection of effort right now, we did the perfection of patience already. So how does it the perfection of effort work in terms of the six perfections? Does anybody know? The fourth perfection, perfections one, perfections 1 through 4, um, give the collection of merit, and that makes the body of a Buddha in its paradise, the Sambhogakaya. And then the last two perfections, with the perfection of effort, make um, the Dharmakaya, the emptiness body and omniscience. So they say that the fourth perfection is split in half, and 3.5 for the first result, and then 2.5 for the other result, the two collections and the two bodies of the Buddha. That's it. Mm. Read this to it.
Yeah. Attaining the result of the first three and the last two is dependent upon effort, but in the way that a flame never flickers in the absence of a breeze.
Yeah,
The, the result attained from the first three is primarily the collection of merit, and the result attained from the last two is the collection of wisdom.
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 Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I forgot about this analogy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Question two. Give the brief definition of effort stated in Master Shantideva's root text. Very, very famous. By the way, Master Shantideva is so famous in India that people don't even remember his name. They, it will just say Indian proverb under Master Shantideva quote. Master Shantideva is so famous in his lifetime that his book was carved while he was still alive. His book became a classic while he was alive, which is very rare. Um, Usually these things are posthumous, post after death, people recognize you. Um, anyway, does anybody know the definition of effort? Joyful effort? I forget. What's the Tibetan? Sun,
Isn't
huh?
that
Go
we
ahead.
should be, is it that we should be willing to do the work even if no one helps us?
No, that's Laksam Namdak, which is true. You should be willing because no one will help you. A couple people try, but they'll do it badly and it will be annoying, so you'll have to do it yourself. No. It's Sun Tzu Kang La uh Gewao. Effort is taking joy in doing virtuous activities, something like that. All right. Yeah, I said Gewao, Troao, excuse me. Sun Kang Ge La Troao. All right. What is effort? It is joy in doing good. Meaning, not everything that you work hard at is considered the fourth perfection. Do you understand? Ken Rinpoche used the example of a person that lived next door or close by to the temple in New Jersey who was always working on their car and never quite fixing it. So he said, well, just because that person works hard on this car doesn't mean he has the fourth perfection. You understand? Like, even if you were happy, like, especially if you're happy, like hurting people or something, it's not the fourth perfection. Like, you worked hard at hurting people or something. You get the idea. Okay, number three. Daria Marchenko, please read this.
Uh, Name the three things that act against the perfections of effort and describe them briefly. I know first, Layla.
I la laziness
Laziness.
acts against all effort, whether good or bad effort. Um,
Uh, and third, if you have low self, what self?
self-image, self-esteem.
Yeah, self-esteem.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gilukilelo, very famous. And next,
And if you like see a lot of television or something,
like distractions.
wrong thing, wrong deeds.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. You know what helped me with this? People are like, Word, you teach so much. How do you do it? I'm like, well, haven't you noticed there's all these like idiots in like politics and they get these positions of power? And you're like, wait, I have to work at least as hard as these idiots. And even if you don't like them, which many I don't, it's hard being president or a senator or something like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get there too, like elections and I don't know, campaigning, all these things. So I decided a long time ago I will work at least as hard as idiots. Okay? Because I'm not an idiot. Do you understand? I mean, maybe I am. Read this, Daria.
Uh, the three things that act against the perfection of effort, laziness, which is attraction to the pleasant feeling of s- sloth,
Sloth.
sloth, and attraction to im, impo, improper, yes,
Yeah,
activities,
good.
and
Yep.
the feeling of being discourages, of thinking to yourself that you cannot accomplish things. Leilo ce nella shinpa
Yeah.
e chi
Chang'en la Shempa. Uh-huh.
cha nella shinpa ki ki look
Yeah,
ki look.
Kilukilelo. Mm-hmm. Very famous. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, so I also work directly with people, right? I'm a doctor of Chinese medicine and energy work coach, helping people manifest their dreams. I don't know. I've done it for a long time, 23 years. And um this is the number one thing that stops people. Number one. They think they're not worth it or something. And and again, it's not the idiots. For some reason, the idiots always think they're worth it. But the good people don't, you know? So I don't know why. It's a weird karma. But once people get over this, they can do pretty much anything. All right? So, yes. Mariana's comment. Idiot life has specific sufferings as well. But you don't know it has those sufferings because you're an idiot. I'm half joking. Okay. Number four. Who's here? Hong Sun?
Ah, thank you, teacher.
Xin chào.
Name, name and describe three factors that promote a feeling of laziness. Tibetan track in Tibetan.
Yeah. Anybody?
Maybe because I want to sleep, so I
Yeah.
lazy.
Yeah, liking it. Uh-huh. Something like that. Anything else?
Wanting to do other things instead.
Yeah, definitely. Something like that. What else? Mm.
Maybe if you haven't a renunciation of this cycle life, it's samsara, you like this.
That's a very good one. That might be number one for joyful effort. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because yeah, I don't know. And if you don't understand karma or something or past and future lives, if you think you're gonna just die at the end of this life, I wouldn't do that much if I was just gonna die. Like, why would I? I always had this theory that if you really just thought life was about being happy in this life, then everyone should just be like on drugs. And if it doesn't like, and many people are, And I think this is the reason. Why should they? You should just seek pleasure or some good feeling wherever you can, you know? And then why would you prolong life too? I think many people die young because if there's no future life, if you can't become enlightened, you might as well just party as hard as you can, you know? Why wouldn't you? Why would you try to get old and frail and weak and stupid? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So, yeah. All right. Read this, Hong Son.
Yes, sloth, an attraction to the sweet enjoyment of some pleasure, and a reluct reluctance to engage in virtuous activities.
In reluctance.
Reluctance to engage in virtuous activities.
Yeah.
A craving for time spent sleeping, and in general, the lack of disgust for cyclic life that come from these two.
Yep. Yeah. This is what Darius said. Um, yeah. I did this a lot as a teenager. I think teenagers need more sleep. I don't know. I don't sleep that much anymore. But I don't like want to. I want to do my projects and stuff. Uh, I still get sleep. Um, and so wait, is Master Shantideva saying you shouldn't want pleasure? You shouldn't want sweet enjoyment? Is that what he's saying? What is he saying?
I think he means enjoyment of like an empty pleasure, non-virtuous, and that is kind of doesn't take you anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's like ignorant liking. If you have some pleasure, how about this? If you have some pleasure, where did the pleasure come from?
From seeds, maybe? Some virtuous activities in the past.
Yeah, how about this? What does virtue mean? Does it mean being a good person?
Doing good deeds.
What is a good deed?
Uh, it if you do something, it will bring back some good result that can call virtuous activities.
But what makes it something that brings back a good result? That's my question. Thank you, Hong-sun.
That it helps somebody.
Yeah, that it makes someone else feel good, essentially, right? So if you know that's where your good feelings come from, and you keep doing it to make more good feelings, that's fine. Nothing wrong. That's Buddhism, okay? And understanding that there's nothing but that. And if it's a bad feeling, that you did something bad, and then that's it. And a complete disgust for any other way of thinking. Okay? Got it? It's actually not that complicated. Nyomle ni la tenpe sepa. Um, what is this nyom? I don't know this nyom. With an S, nyom usually means like equal. No, like nyumjuk, like meditation. Hold on, I don't know this nyom. I have to look it up because That's how you learn new words. As a kid, I'd read these big books and I'd have a dictionary right there. Dumb means laziness. I didn't it's a synonym for laziness. I didn't know. Now I know. Or I knew and I forgot. Okay. And then ni la tenpe sepa, a desire sepa to literally rest in or rest on or be in or depend on sleep, wanting to sleep all the time. Corre duk nel la mi kyoa, not me being upset with the suffering duk nel of agiku I porwa, sansara, the cycle of pain, cyclical existence. Is that hard to translate, translators? Cyclical existence? No, you're trained. Okay. Number five. I'm supposed to hide this, I guess. Who wants to read? Galina? Kuyen? Kuyen? Kuen? Kuyen? No? Probably pronouncing her name too bad. Yulia? Toshiva? Tosheva?
Yes. Relate and explain the metaphor of the oxen and the butcher.
Yeah. Does anybody know? I forget. Maybe I shouldn't have covered the answer.
I think it's just like if we don't remember this stuff, it's like we're just waiting to be slaughtered instead of like living purposefully or something. Like an ox waiting to be slaughtered by the butcher, just like completely unaware and um not doing anything to get him out of the cycle.
That sounds good. Read this, Mike.
If knowing how if knowing how fast we must die, we continue to enjoy wait, if knowing how fast we must die, we continue to enjoy lazing around, then we have failed to notice how those around us in our life are being slaughtered steadily by the Lord of Death, and sit as complacently as oxen who watch their brethren steadily being slaughtered by a butcher.
Yeah, I did know this one. I didn't I didn't know what he was talking about. Um yeah, Geshe talks about it. I forget where. Maybe it's in this class. Um no, it's sad. Like animals, like they don't know they're being slaughtered sometimes, right? And they just get fed and just sit around and one day they're just packed in a truck or something or like corralled into a building and then they just kill them one by one, you know? And even if they did know, where are they gonna go? They don't know how to survive on their own, you know? And even if they did know how to, or they tried to run away, the humans would just find them, you know? I don't know. What do people say sheeple? Does anybody know that term? I don't know how you're gonna translate sheeple. It's a portmanteau. Sheep plus people, okay? Meaning people that just live life like a animal that's about to die or is gonna get killed, slayed, for their meat. They're being fattened for their meat. It's sad. All right. Is the world full of that or is it full of Buddhas? I'm not sure. Could be either. Number six. Mm, Lynn,
Yes, good morning, teacher.
good morning, Lynn.
Yes.
How are you?
Today I go out with my friend. I go to museum in Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh,
Yes.
that sounds fun.
Yeah, World Museum. And
Oh, good.
yeah.
Please read this.
Name for experiences as a moment of death. That Master Santideva used to deny that we can do anything significant.
Significant.
Yeah.
Yep,
Can you repeat once again?
significant.
Significant, significant
Yeah, good.
to have ourselves at that time.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. The fact that you're weak and scared and tired and in horrible pain? Probably those. I don't know. Oh yeah, this happens to people badly. I feel like AA and programs like that are really good for this one. You are tormented by the memory of the wrong deed you have done in your life. Like, what's it called, Mike? What kind of inventory? I always forget.
Searching and fearless moral inventory.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, not maybe not that one. What's the one where you
Amends.
apologize? Yeah, you apologize to everybody. That one. I don't know. I think AA's program is really amazing. I don't know how they figured it out, but it seems more spiritual than most religions, actually, like in a practical way. Not believing in like, you know, a God or something. Um, but if you really do that, if you make amends with everybody and you will change your whole life. I apologize to every single person I could find that I hurt. Um, some of them forgot that I hurt them, which was cool. I called my German teacher because I was a bit of an asshole to my German teacher. And she forgot who I was, but she said to me, "Why are you doing this? Nobody has ever done this." Called me and apologized. I said, "I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do." So it was pretty beautiful. We got to talk. So yeah, Rang dik tren pe tongwa. Dongwa means tortured, usually by heat, like in hell or something, but not necessarily. Dren pe, by the memories of your rang dikpa, of your own bad deeds. Yeah, and I used to do a lot of bad deeds. I was very naughty kid. Uh, and it was horrible. You're always worried someone's gonna find out, or it's always in your conscience. So I can imagine if you're dying, it would be worse. Read this, Lynn.
You hear the roar of the hell realms in your ears.
Yeah, say roar, roar.
Roar.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hear like, "Ah," like, you're like,
Yeah.
no. That's really sad. Nelwe dra tupa. Tupa here, dra sound. Nelwa hell realms. We can wish cooling rains to all the people in hell, okay? All right. Um, read this one. It's fun. Lynn.
Out of Thorough, you cover your body in sit.
Shit.
Shit.
Good. Good pronunciation. Yeah, you shit yourself. It happens when you're scared. Trakpa. Trakpe. Mitsang. Lugu. Trakpa. The word for shit I know is gakba, which kind of sucks because it's really close to the word for ice. So if you go to a restaurant, you say you want gakba in your water. So careful. First column, gakba is poop. Third column, gyakba is ice. They're pretty close. I guess this is another word for poop. I don't know. So trakpa mitsang, you mitsang, you dirty yourself. Gu, you cover your your loo, your body in. Oh, I'm wrong. That's it. This means terror. Sorry. Trakpa means terror. Okay. Here, this word mitsang here is what means poop. It just means the unclean thing. Okay. Trakpa does not mean poop. It means to be afraid. All right. Out of fear with this S, you cover yourself good and you cover your body in the unclean. All right. Enough about poop. Read this.
You
Lin
reach the depth of insanity.
Depths.
Depths.
No, there's a P. Depths.
Depths.
Nah, depths.
No.
Nah.
Depths.
No, listen. Death, death, depth.
Depth.
There's three different words. Don't worry about it right now. We're running out of time. Yeah, depths of insanity. Yeah. It's like if you get like solitary confinement in prison or something. Pe just putting someone in isolation is enough to drive them crazy. Most people, I would say. Certain people no, but most people will go crazy. Uh, so death is like that. You're isolated. There's no one, you're just in your mind. No one can help you. There's no one that can penetrate that. I mean, maybe some high lamas, but in general, you're alone. And it's scary. It's really hard for people. Uh, and Nyupar Ngyur, this just means you become insane. Nyupa means crazy. What's Nije? Nije, the crazy maker in Tibetan. Alcohol. They call it Nije, the thing that makes you crazy. Yeah. All right. Number 7. How many are there? 8. All right. We're good. Number 7. Oh, I shouldn't reveal the answer. Mariana.
Yay. Give 3 causes which Master Shantideva mentions that bring us to cry out in our minds as we are destroyed by death.
Yeah, what are the 3? All 3 of them are we were a bad person. We did something wrong, right?
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. It has to be, right?
Yeah, actually, all of those 4 previous ones, like from the previous answer, are enough to make you cry out.
That's true. Read this.
We had expected some excellent results in our lives without exerting ourselves in virtue at all.
Listen, almost everyone believes this. Almost everyone believes this. They think people with success are lucky, and they're just unlucky. Okay? The only people who don't believe this are successful people. They know what it takes to be successful. I mean, there's some people born rich that didn't have to do much in this life, right? Maybe they don't get it, but people that had to, I don't know, become famous or get really good at a profession or, ask Mike Hoffman. Mike, you're good at like 17 things. How much effort does it take?
So much effort.
So much effort. Seriously. You have to just, and it's sad because you can't tell how much effort it takes by looking at somebody. So people think, oh, they're lucky. All right? No, they worked hard at some point or did some virtue. Read this, Mariana. T Tibetan. Yeah, good. Yeah, Gela, virtuous stuff. Tsunme, don't have to work. Drebu, to get a result. Dupa, that they want. Dewa, to feel good. All right? I used to think this as a kid. I was like, how are all those people famous? You watch TV and movies and they're just famous. And you think, I don't know, you think it's like luck. I mean, I'm sure some parts feel like luck, to them, but overall, nah. Read this.
We had also expected to live as long as an immortal being. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, people don't think they're gonna die,
Mhm.
especially teenagers. Oh, when you hit about 30, you're like, wait, what's happening? But before then, all the coolest people died at like 28. Okay, Jimi Hendrix.
27. There's a 27 club.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and
Amy Winehouse also.
Morrison.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah, you know, because up until then, you think you're gonna live forever anyway. You don't care. Um, so I don't know. Mariana.
Landra Jungring Sundurewa.
Yeah, Rewa, you have some hope that that your life will be long-lived, like Dra, like a pleasure being, like a god, like some kind of, you know, um, samsaric pleasure being. Okay, read this.
We had become increasingly sensitive to multiplying suffering.
Yeah, what's the question again? Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially if you're like sick and dying and stuff. People are just like, wait, I'm in total pain. I can't move. I can't go anywhere. I can barely eat. I'm hooked up to machines, like or whatever, It hits them a little late. That's the point. Don't let it hit you late. Read this, Mariana, please.
Samchung Duknyer Newman.
Yeah. What is this sen again? Doesn't it mean sen? This sen means pain. I'm 90% sure. Hold on. Let me check. Oh, it means something that hurts. Hold on. I thought it meant like patient. Oh yeah. Hold on. Am I spelling it right? SRAN. It can also mean a bean. I don't think it means a bean here though. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I remember it means some kind of sen by itself means tolerance, okay? I remember it as patience, okay? It means patience or tolerance. So sen shong means you have a very small tolerance. That's what it literally means. Um, to sufferings, um, and increasing harm or something. Mang means many sufferings, something like that.
But does that mean that, but because I don't understand this point, that the sufferings multiply for us? Does it mean that? Like that everything at once becomes worse?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're dying, you're in horrible pain, you can't move, nobody can help you. Like all of a sudden it just goes whoop, like
Okay, because I first understood it as like I multiply sufferings in total in the world, you know? So I do bad things, but it's vice versa. Okay.
yeah, you just start feeling really bad about the fact
Mhm.
that things got really bad really fast,
Okay.
you know? Yeah. You're young, you don't know, you don't understand. You're like, I don't get this one. I'm like, I know. Ask an old person.
But I occasionally have a back pain, so you know, I am close.
I'm sure it's hard. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mariana. One more. Uh, Hannah Diachenko.
Yes, good evening.
Read
How
this.
does Mas how does Master Shantideva describe our priorities and
Priorities.
perception
Priorities.
priori priorities
Yeah.
and perception of what is happiness?
Yeah. How does my son describe our priorities and the vision of what is happiness? Just read this, Hannah.
He notes what we easily give up the ultimate uh, sort of happiness, the holy dharma, and instead seek those things that seem to cause happiness and but actually bring pain. Bad deeds to get what we want. The of the
Distraction.
distraction of the ho- hostel and bustle, bustle
Hustle and
of the
bustle.
world, bus, bustle
Uh-huh.
uh, of the world and speaking around mentally from one interest and attraction to another.
Yes. Correct. Yeah. Our main problem is our lack of focus. Seriously. But I think one of the things you can do is you can have several different Dharma activities you do. So you can still skip around, but they're all Dharma. Like you can do ACI. Um, you can do, you could do DCI or SCIM. Um, you could go to mixed nuts class. Um, you could read Kachin with us in the morning. Um, you could go help an old person or a sick person. Those are all Dharma activities. So you don't have to just sit there and read or something if that's hard for you. If that's interesting to you, go for it. I looked at a dictionary for 8 years straight. My friend Ben Kramer was like, Word looked at a dictionary for like 10 years. I bet he's so crazy. I bet he liked it too. Something like that. So, I know, serious nerd alert. So everyone's a little different. But being focused on the Dharma doesn't mean you have to like do one thing that you don't like. You might have to do a couple things you don't like, sometimes. But that's life. Suffering for the Dharma is merit. Suffering for doing dumb stuff is suffering. Okay? It's not gonna get you anywhere. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Bye. Happy May Day. It's Workers' Day. Okay? I hope you didn't have to work today. I do. I don't mind. Thank you, translators.